weeks, including air traffic controllers and TSA officers. It is causing airport delays and flight cancellations. The federal government is still delaying sending SNAP benefits. The bill in front of the House right now will open the government, fund SNAP, and pay workers. In the last 40-plus days, we have seen millions of Americans impacted by this shutdown.
However, even with the government reopening, the FAA says flight cuts will stay at 6% as more air traffic controllers return to work. Staffing cuts have been felt by travelers here in Chicago, at O'Hare, at Midway, along with airports across the country. We've got reaction from local leaders just ahead on our website, fox32chicago.com.
More breaking news tonight. Civil rights activist Reverend Jesse Jackson is in the hospital, according to his family. For more than a decade, Reverend Jackson has been battling a neurodegenerative disease called progressive supranuclear palsy. The 84-year-old was originally treated for Parkinson's, but last April, his PSP condition was confirmed. He is in the hospital tonight with symptoms of that disease. Reverend Jackson kicked off his iconic career more than 60 years ago. We will keep you updated on his condition.
A man facing charges tonight accused of killing a 2-month-old boy. 23-year-old Anthony Evans, who you're looking at, due in court tomorrow. Police say they found that child unresponsive at a home in Bronzeville on April the 28th. The investigation is ongoing. Reports that ICE agents could be leaving Chicago are sparking reactions citywide, especially in Little Village.
Some business owners say immigration fears have turned the neighborhood into a ghost town. Leslie Moreno is in the community with why they believe this change could be a turning point. Leslie.
Don, Scott, good evening. Yeah, business owners I spoke with here in Little Village this afternoon say sales have never been this slow, and many have been here for several generations. The hope is that this news is true and it'll bring this community some much needed relief. Little Village business owners say their once bustling shops are now empty. Customers scared to come out, families choosing to stay home.
We've seen sales dramatically drop. I mean, this is worse than COVID.
That fear, they say, started growing as immigration enforcement activity ramped up in Little Village. Miguel Rodriguez, the owner of La Jalisciense, says sales are down, especially during the weekends when the area is typically full of life.
When you say business has been slow, how slow are we talking?
We're talking about days where we have no sales. We're here all day.
Sí, ha estado muy despacio.
Sandra, who works at La Ordeña along 26th Street, says they've had to cut hours, close shop early, sometimes several days a week to make up for lost sales.
Sí, un 8, un 5. Pues hemos visto cómo...
We've seen how they take people outside here and how they mistreat them. It's scary.
Reports that ICE agents could soon be leaving Chicago has many here feeling hopeful. Business owners say it would bring much-needed relief, customers, and confidence.
We're kind of hoping that all this kind of goes away and we kind of look for better days.
On the other hand, businesses are also bracing for a possible rebound.
Yeah, that is a possibility, and we kind of take it day by day right now.
And ICE has yet to confirm the move. However, regardless, it's going to take some time for this community to recover. If anyone is interested in helping out some of these businesses, owners encourage people to shop local this holiday season. Reporting live in Little Village, Leslie Moreno, Fox 32 Chicago.
More than 600 people in ICE detainment could soon be set free. Earlier today, a federal judge ordered more than a dozen detainees must be released from custody, with hundreds more moved to home confinement. This ruling stems from a lawsuit alleging the actions of federal immigration agents largely violate a consent decree. No word tonight if the federal government plans to appeal.
New tonight, the city of Aurora is now banning ICE operations on city property. Council members approved that motion. It includes buildings, parking lots, and more. The proposal also hopes to document any unauthorized use by agents.
Several local officials facing federal charges tied to protests in Broadview earlier this fall have pleaded not guilty.
They are accused of interfering with immigration agents at the suburban ICE processing facility. Casey Kronos takes us to Dirksen with the latest on that case.
The Broadview Six says they've begun to call themselves include a Democratic candidate for Congress, an Oak Park trustee, and a chief of staff for a Chicago alderman. Their attorneys say they are willing to take this case all the way to trial.
No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Before appearing in front of a judge, supporters of the Broadview Six rallied on Federal Plaza.
ICE out now.
They also packed the courtroom and an overflow room to watch the hearing unfold. Kat Abu Ghazaleh, who is running for Congress and was captured in this cell phone video at a Broadview protest in September, is among the defendants. So is Catherine Sharp, who is vying for a Cook County Board seat and is also the chief of staff for Alderman Andre Vasquez. Oak Park trustee Brian Straw is named as well, along with 3 others.
Kat and the others charged with her in this fake conspiracy are bearing the brunt of this administration's cruel tactics of retaliation against those who dare to speak up and about right now in this city about the most important issue and the most important topics.
They are charged with felony conspiracy and misdemeanor assault.
Expressing your First Amendment rights is not a conspiracy, and dissent is not a crime. This case is not just about me or the others charged with me. This is about everyone who has been resilient in our neighborhoods as they are invaded by ICE and CBP.
These criminal charges will not silence us from speaking out against this injustice. Our neighbors, our city, and our country cannot afford our silence.
The Department of Justice alleges that they banged aggressively on government cars, tried to block those vehicles from leaving and entering the Broadview facility, and attempted to injure at least 1 agent in the process. Their attorneys call the charges politically motivated, ludicrous, and unjust.
If we have to take that to trial, we will gladly take that to trial and we will win.
That conspiracy charge carries a maximum penalty of 6 years in prison. The defendants are not allowed to leave the country while this case is pending, and they are due back right here in court on December 4th. Reporting from the Dirksen Federal Building, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
A chiropractor in Batavia is accused of secretly recording his patients. Investigators say this man, David Hansen, hid cameras disguised as fans inside exam and therapy rooms, capturing patients, including women and children. Police say he filmed more than 180 patients. He's facing child porn charges and is in jail tonight without bond. A civil suit has been filed against his company, Hansen Family Chiropractic, for negligence.
No fare increase, service cuts, or layoffs in the budget for the Chicago Transit Authority next year. The CTA board approved the 2026 budget. The budget is for more than $2 billion. The operating budget is $75 million more than last year's.
Chicago Mayor Brendan Johnson making it very clear his mission is to protect Chicago. He attended the Protect Chicago rally on the south side at Quinn Chapel AME. The mayor highlighting his 2026 budget and the new taxes on ultra-wealthy corporations, laying out how it will help communities.
All of you who are committed to this core message of protecting Chicago and protecting working people, that's what ultimately this budget is about.
As we've reported, there's been plenty of pushback to his corporate head tax. Critics argue it could hurt new and existing businesses. A local woman is supporting her community during these difficult times, setting up a pantry right outside of her house.
It has food, water, hygiene products, and more, all for free. How you can help her.
And we are watching for the Northern Lights again tonight, and we actually have one area in particular that's already starting to talk about them. So I'm going to tell you about that right after the break, as well as your forecast.
The Supreme Court is keeping the Trump administration's block on full SNAP benefit payments in place, and that means millions of Americans are still waiting for their food assistance.
And that is why communities are stepping up to help. Tia Ewing shares the story of one local woman feeding her community.
Her front yard is ground zero for an extraordinary idea, born not from policy or profit, but from a problem too many Americans now face, a gap in the grocery line that no benefit can really fill. It started small with one storage bin, one handwritten sign that reads, "Little Free Pantry."
Somebody came, opened up a 10-package box, took 2 packages and left the rest. Thinking about the person in line behind them. And the thing about it is, I don't care if you take the whole box. Like, you need to eat. So I won't think you're needy. I won't think you're greedy. I will think that you just did what you needed to do.
Before food budgets dried up and shelves at home grew bare, Rachel Smith decided she wouldn't wait for help. She built it herself. Taking canned goods from her own shelves, Smith launched this Little Free Pantry a day before Halloween in her front yard in South suburban Homewood. So far, the Little Pantry is having a big impact.
What does it feel like to know that you're helping so many people and you really don't even have a count of how many people?
No, I will never know the full amount of people that I help.
One bin became 2, then 4, then 5, and soon a tent to protect it all from the rain and snow.
At the end of the day, people got to eat. And I knew that I was sitting on canned goods, and I knew that this community would rally behind folks if we just put out a bin.
Smith doesn't track the numbers, but the need is clear. There are canned goods, baby food, cereal, beverages, and a whole lot more.
All right, I'll help you with that.
Thank you.
Do some stacking.
Yeah, and then,
ooh, these are the good ones.
Some items disappear within minutes.
The personal care items are actually the fastest moving. The toilet paper was, whew, out of here. That is still by far the fastest moving item that I've had.
A private caregiver by trade, Rachel has always been in the business of care. Like many of us, she knows what it's like to fall short.
Had you ever gone through the feeling, because I have, of maybe you're eating, but it's not a full meal. It's not really what you would want to eat, but this is all your family has.
Looking back on it now, it was just our parents trying to do what they could. But I also have seen my parents struggle. We were that gap family that didn't qualify for certain benefits, but also made not quite enough to make it stretch.
When we were there, people in need showed up and didn't want to be on camera. That's the beauty of this pantry. It's on a quiet, dead-end residential street away from the eyes of judgment. Here, there are no forms to fill out, no questions asked, just a quiet exchange of need and kindness.
It's just as simple as filling in the holes where it's needed and just trying to help out where I can.
This pantry is not manned, so you can go there anytime. No one's there to watch you or anything like that. You can pull up at any time. She only goes out there to replace items. There's baby food, diapers, fresh produce from her neighbor's garden, canned goods, and a whole lot more. And if you want to learn more about this location and how you can help, you can visit our website, fox32chicago.com/snap.
It's a great story. It might get you into the giving spirit. This one will get you into the holiday spirit. I've done this tour myself. It is spectacular. It is illumination, the tree lights at the Morton Arboretum. Guests get an opportunity to experience some 20 immersive light displays.
It's a great way to spend time out in nature at this time of year, just kind of looking at the beauty of trees in the winter season.
Opens November 15th. Tickets on sale online. If you'd like more information, you can visit our website, fox32chicago.com.
You have to bundle up to go there, I think. Now take a live look outside. Calm and clear. Let's check in with Emily. So what are the temps now and what will they soon become?
Well, right now, temperatures really aren't too bad. A lot of us are still sitting in the 40s. Eventually tonight, we're going to be dropping into the 30s. But again tonight, we are on Aurora watch. So take a look behind me here. We have some very high level clouds and that could be limiting what we're able to see out there. But we've already had a report coming in from Lake Bluff that we are seeing some northern lights up that way. So in Lake County, Illinois, we're starting to get some of those reports. For those of you hoping to get a glimpse of the northern lights again tonight, of course, the farther away that you can get from city lights and any light pollution, the better shot that you're going to have. And you can actually see it more oftentimes better through your phone camera or any camera that you may have versus what you can see with your naked eye. So satellite and radar, things are quiet out there for right now. Here's where we're headed over the next couple of days. Really big warming trend going our way Friday into Saturday. We're going to be in the 60s, and then much cooler air is going to arrive just in time for Sunday. So that high temperature of 50, I actually think that's going to be in the morning, and then temperatures are likely going to be dropping into the 40s. For tonight, 36 degrees in the city. Most suburbs are going to be dropping down to the lower 30s, and we'll have westerly winds right around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your 7-day forecast tomorrow looking pretty good in the morning. Sunny skies. It should be a nice bright start to the day. Temps are going to be rising to the upper 40s by about 10 a.m. Eventually, we're counting on those highs right around 56 degrees. We are near 60 under sunny skies on Friday. Saturday, mostly cloudy. But who cares, because temperatures are going to be near 67 degrees. Soak it up, because early next week, it's back to reality. We're back to the 40s.
Wish you could talk more about Saturday and 67.
I know. I wish I could keep that going
what
a
she
little longer.
said.
Thanks, Emily.
I'm Cassie Carlson. As the Bears get ready for a rematch of Week 1 against the Vikings, they call themselves a completely different team, but the Vikings do present a set of challenges, especially on defense. We break it all down later in sports.
Fox 32. After a couple of comeback wins in a couple of weeks, it's about to get really tough for the Bears. According to the website tankathon.com, they have the 4th toughest remaining schedule in the entire NFL. The Vikings listed as one of their easier opponents, but as our Cassie Carlson reports, the Vikes defense is going to be anything but easy to deal with.
It's a straightforward approach heading into Minnesota. The Bears are 0-2 in the division, and the Vikings are 2-0. And while it's a rematch from Week 1, the Bears feel like they're a completely different team.
The trust level is grown for a number of players within our coaching staff. I think we really can hang our hat on a number of guys now at this point and feel really good about what we're going to get on game day.
A lot of different mentality. I'll just keep it at that. A lot different.
The Bears offense now ranks 3rd in total yards, but the Vikings defense is a step up in class from what they've seen over the last 7 weeks. Ben Johnson called it just as mentally fatiguing as physically.
variety of fronts and coverages and personnel groups, and so he does a good job mixing everything up, and each week's a little bit different. He has a different flavor.
You just understand that you have to be as close to perfect as you can be.
Just has a lot of stuff in his arsenal. Got to be on your P's and Q's, pre-snap, post-snap. I think he does something different each week when you look at the film.
The Bears have found their own weapon to blitz with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, whose familiarity in Dennis Allen's scheme has come into play through 2 weeks.
Like any relationship, it's not just all rainbows and sunshine all the time, but you have to be honest. You got to be direct, and I think all of our players respect that about our coaching staff, and I think DA embodies that. You know, he's going to tell you when you're doing it right and when you're doing it wrong, and so CJ appreciates that.
We trying to win. Me and Ben been to a conference championship together, so his attitude is to win now, execute at a high level, and take care of your teammates, and I think that's what I'm here to do.
Ben Johnson still believes Kyler Gordon's stint on IR will be short-lived. He is eligible to return after the Steelers game. He also said he ran into Jalen Johnson in the weight room and said he's hopeful he'll see him back on the practice field soon. At Hallis Hall, Cassie Carlson, Fox 32 Sports.
Bulls hosting the Pistons. Josh Giddey out with a sprained ankle. You know, the Bulls were down by as much as 23. Then in the fourth, they get as close as 4. But with under 3.5 left, Duncan Robinson's going to bank his 7th three of the game. Next Bulls possession, Modest Buzelis turns it over. Former Bull Javonte Green with the breakaway jam. Bulls never led in this one. They lose their 4th straight, 124-113.
I'm a big believer that you get what you earn. And we didn't do anything to earn it. There was absolutely zero desperation. And we need to be desperate. We're not talented enough not to be desperate. And we're not gifted enough not to be desperate. We have to be desperate. And I feel like up to this point in time this season, we've played with that kind of mentality. And if we don't play with that mentality, that's what we look like.
NCAA women's basketball, Akron and number 18 Notre Dame. A historic night for Hannah Hidalgo. Third quarter, Hidalgo with the steal all the way for the lay-in and the foul. Hidalgo with 16 steals. If you didn't know it, that's an NCAA record. Fourth quarter now, off the turnover. Hidalgo will score in transition. She had 44, a new Notre Dame single-game record. Fighting Irish cruise here, 85-58. Coming up after the news at 9 in Chicago Sports Tonight, Sweet Lou joined by Cassie Carlson. The latest from Hallis Hall she'll have. Good Morning Football's Manti Te'o is going to explain why he is all in on the direction of the Bears, and a story from Hallis Hall that is much bigger than football. We'll be right back.
Fox.
All right, it is night 2.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, so we have 2 days in a row now that we're seeing the aurora borealis here across the Chicagoland area. This photo was taken by Mike up in Lake Bluff, so that is in Lake County, Illinois, that we have officially seen the northern lights now 2 days in a row. So for those of you that are hoping to see that, look to the north and get away from city lights.
All right.
Beautiful.
Thanks for watching at 9. Remember, you can catch us anytime on your smart TV. It's Fox Local. We're on every streaming platform. Always start your day with Good Day Chicago. Tomorrow morning at 4:30. Straight ahead, it's Chicago Sports Tonight.
Good night.
Bears are back to work, training for round 2 against the Vikings. Cassie Carlson and the Athletics' Dan Reeder talk about Ben Johnson facing the Vikings a second time. And Caleb Williams tells us why he's done such a good job of avoiding sacks this season. Former Notre Damer and NFL linebacker Manti Te'o checks in with a player's perspective on Ben Johnson, who has no problem admitting when he's wrong. And Tina Wynn shares the story of a mother who won the biggest battle of her life and took a victory lap with Caleb Williams. It's all now on a Wednesday edition of Chicago Sports Tonight.
On Fox 32 Chicago Sports, this is Chicago Sports Tonight.
Bears back to work today with 6 wins their last 7 games, tied atop the NFC North with the Lions, but still looking for their first division win this season. All right, we kick off the show heading to Hallis Hall with our very own Cassie Carlson standing by with the Athletics' Dan Reeder. Hi, everyone. Good to see you guys. I want to get into...
Good to see you, Lou.
Yeah, I'm in a good mood. We're talking about a Bears win again. All right, guys, I know you talked to Ben Johnson and some of the players today. Everyone knows that the schedule has been weak. The Cowboys, I saw the toughest opponent they have faced. Cowboys with a record of 3-5-1. That's the best record of any team the Bears have beaten. Does Ben Johnson warn his players about this? Do the players even talk about it?
I don't think that's something that he's addressed specifically to us, but just knowing that,
you know, this is a team that goes to 1-0 each and every week and being process driven. I do think that they are well aware of the situation that they're in, being that they are 6-3 and the possibilities of what this season could be, given the fact that they've won enough games through the first half of the season to set themselves up on the second half of the season. But I think, as you just mentioned, the gauntlet of the schedule has yet to occur, and that really starts this week. And what Ben Johnson said today is the reality is the Bears are 0-2 in the division, and the